All right. Hey there, Raiders. Welcome back. I know it's been a little while, but as you can kind of hear from the voice, I got sick, got the flu, the whole family got the bug, and nobody wants to hear the hacking and coughing all day. And apologies for the little one already. So, just real quick, let's dive in and see where we're at. Look at the champions first. Biggest changes we have 6-starred Kale. That's going well. No real gear change due to some of the missions. We were increasing some of his gear to 16. We have unlocked the 5-star soul for Alice, which gave her quite a good jump on both accuracy and resistance. Also the 4 stars since the last time we were checking in. And that's given her a little boost on her damage, which has been pretty good. 5-star Dawn Caller Sabitha. I've really enjoyed using her. And we hit the 1 month mark and got High Katoon. So what's happened there? First things first, we went ahead and got all my fastest gear onto High Katoon, and I will be increasing her speed again here shortly. I'm waiting for another artifact enchantment event because 16s are really, really where you want to be. So that'll take her even further. I haven't started to get any glyphs on this, but I'm just going to quickly show you where she's at. And you can see there's tons of headroom to increase her speed even more. What has that meant for us? Well, on the arena front, when we go and take a look, we have flirted with gold 1. You can see I got some gold here. And we're really right there. We've already dipped back because of the reset into 3, but you'll just give you an idea how we're doing. Haikatoon in the lead, moving into Sabitha for the attack up, into Kale, and then into Alice. And just to give you an idea, this is the kind of results you can see. I think this will pretty much carry us well into Silver 4 and keep us there, and then we will be bouncing in and out of Gold 1 fairly regularly. I just hit it before the reset, and it was win 1, lose 1, win 2, lose 1, lose 1, that kind of a thing. So I was in and out of Silver 4 and Gold 1 nonstop. But you can see it's a quick farm, and we're staying focused there. On the arena note, again, quickly, the Great Hall. We are saving all of our tokens, done a little bit of increases, but only as required by the missions, and which will take us to a look at the missions. We finished part 2, and we're into part 3 now, so we're just chunking along, going to get some books, waiting for Magic Keep to open, but again, you can see we've already done a champion to 60, and then we're going to pause at the Minotaur. We'll just walk right through that. Tier 4 Masteries. When we're doing Minotaur, we'll unlock some of those, and that'll take us into Iron Golem, and I'll take a quick peruser of the dungeons. So you can kind of see we're going to be able to move really, really quickly at this point. On the dungeons, Event Dungeon, we are actively farming stage 11 in about 46 seconds here. It's a full auto run. I won't do it, but you can see this is the team I'm using. Important thing to note is I do not use the attack up buff here, and I do not use her attack and defense buffs here. I only use the speed up buff here, and that means that the queen doesn't get a whole lot of opportunity until we've killed these off. And so I don't use these things in the first turn, so I'll have them open on the setup when we take a look. I just try not to use, right? So don't use the buff, because if you can kill the ads, she's easy from there. You can also manual it. It's actually not that hard of a dungeon on manual. Spider's Den, full auto on 10. Hey, it's a slow full auto, but it has got us to 10, which gives us at least 4-star gear. That's been a nice little increase. Dragon, we're speed farming 12. I won't call it speed. Hey, 2 minutes is still a pretty quick run, or a pretty long speed run. And we can do all the way up to 13, and we have seen a couple 6-stars dropping. Fire Knight, we're stopped at 10 right now. This one's a little harder. Show you that team. Basically speeding up and using the Morag's 2 random allies ally attack. Okay, so doesn't help us with the grants an extra turn if an enemy is killed, but that ally attack is great to have in Fire Knight. And that cover on Ice Golem, we're just doing 10. The team that we're using there, same team everywhere. We've got Sabitha in the lead for a little extra health, and then we got the damage come from Alice and Kale. Heals are coming from War Maiden, and then of course we're getting the speed up from Haikatoon. On War Maiden, note Again, you can see most of the gear is not 16'd up. Silver's still a challenge for us, but I've moved her into reflex because when we turn off her A3, that means that she's regularly pumping up the heals, right? So she's a really good healer for us at this point. Don't have anything better. Again, just as a reminder, if you're following this channel, it is note that we are not going to use anything you cannot 100% get for free. Period. End of statement. I haven't pulled any shards. Well, I've accidentally pulled one sacred shard. I covered that in a previous video, and I did do a 10 pull on ancients, but it was for missions where I needed to get certain champs. Rares will move in and out because if you're pulling shards, you'll definitely have more rares than I have. Other things worth mentioning, again, trying to keep the video short here, is on the fusions. We are slowly moving up. We did the Justicar that was required. I have these ready, and I'll be making them up to 4 so that when we get to the point where we need to fuse the Relic Keeper, because that'll be coming on the missions eventually, towards the end. I think I want to say it's at the end here, all the way. And I want to say it was the very end here. Yeah, fuse Relic Keeper. And so when we get here, that'll be the finish. That'll finish part 3. We'll move into part 4. So we're just staying prepared, knowing that this stuff is coming. Dig through the account just a little bit more. Vaults, you can see I've got a lot of champions that we're building up here. Reserve Vault, full of nothing but fusion champions here or faction guardians. As we're doing campaign farming, I will say, hey, we are filling up our faction guardians on rares where we can. Again, these are just champions you're going to get from doing campaign. You can do this at your own pace. There's probably an argument to be had to go in and do the campaign stage where you can get the Dark Elves for Kale. I want to say that would be Sorceress. It would be the one that we would get if we look at there. Your Spirit Host. Yeah, if you do Spirit Host, you can fill that up so that your Kale gets a little bit stronger. Kind of your call where you want to level champs up. For me, I have been going to 12-3 Brutal because I need the silver so badly. So this is what I'm doing for a farm. Kale in the lead, 3 champions. I'll do a quick run so you can see what it looks like. Again, nothing special. It's just a full auto. And at this point, I do not have any fails. It's not a super fast run. You're not going to see some of these 5 or 6, 7 second speed farms like we could on my main account. But it does a good job. It's typically right around 20, 23 seconds. So, with the energy we're getting, it's pretty good. And when this wraps up, I'll show you. I was also able to get all of the sparring pit unlocked. So it's a pretty quick run, and the silver is pretty good. And sparring pit is doing pretty good. Filling that up. There's the epic that we did. I'll turn her into food so that we don't have her later when I need another 5-star, because our next goal is definitely going to be to level up Alice. Without a doubt, that'll take us to a next level. She's been a great champ, and everybody should have access to her. After that, probably going to move to High Katoon, and then we'll have to regroup and see where we are. Worth mentioning, and the shop, whenever it's popping up market here, I am buying green shards. You can see I bought Shield Guard, a couple of these other uncommons that are popping up. And the primary reason for that is faction wars. We do want to make sure we can get, you can see I'm only farming stage 1 here, right? And I do it stage 1 so that I can get some of these glyphs and things, which we can take a look at where we're at on glyphs. I'm starting to stockpile some. And this is important so that when these quests come in on our dailies, I am regularly doing all the dailies, and on the advanced, I'm getting as many as I can. Now, clearly, I won't be able to get the faction war boss here, because if I go there, I just don't have the champs. Right now, she's what I've got. So I could throw her in, run through. I think she's even geared at this point. Nope, see, I don't even have gear on her yet, so I need to do that. But I did see her soul. That's what I got for the one that I pulled. So I'll keep her. and keep on working down it. And then eventually, when I get to the point where I can start doing damage in all of them, I'll start working on the Stars D. At this, Lydia is a mile and a half off, probably looking at the 4 to 6 month range. But we'll keep you posted on that. So for now, again, just taking a look. I've been going pretty hard on the champ training. I'm not going to be able to get, obviously, the soul for the cat, nor do I have the cat. But I'm moving along, and if I happen to get the book, great. Doesn't matter. I'm just chomping along because I happen to be needing to do it. And again, just the last little thing I'll show you is my dungeon teams are all basically the same. All of them are running Sabitha in the lead, Haikatoon, these two, and I will go back and forth. On Fire Knight, I swap out War Maiden here for Morag. Other than that, teams are all the same, and you should be able to farm it to the point where you're getting pretty good. And let's take a look at the gear, kind of the last little thing. You see I'm not keeping much right now. As I look through, I go literally here to sell 1s and 2s, 3s and 4s. I sell everything that's common or uncommon a 4. And on the blues, I am getting rid of everything here except for my pinpoint. And you can see I've gone through and I've enchanted anything with a substat of speed up or accuracy, because that's going to be great gear. It's hard to get. Eventually that dungeon's going to go away. So I'm hoarding that. That's the only 4-star gear I have. And then when we get to 5-star, I'm going through and I'm trying to sell off. I'm keeping speed, boots, but I'll sell off the rest. Unless it's got speed as a substat, I won't care. Divine Life I might keep, and I might keep the Divine Speed because it's just speed gear again. But other than that, that's kind of where we're at. Just worth noting, a whole 6 pieces of 6-star gear. Not a lot on the account. 5-star, mostly trying to get rid of all the 4-star. That way when I do gear a champ, it matters, and then we have some impact. And I think people try to hoard gear way too much. Not necessary. You should get rid of it. All right, that's where we are. Hey, appreciate you taking a look. I will try to get this thing thrown up on the web ASAP. And again, if you need a question answered, or if you'd like something talked about that on a main account, I could pull my main account over and take a look at it. But hey, I'll only do that if I see some interest down in the comments. Thanks again.